Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be teaching the first module of design and analysis of algorithm. The topics I'm going to cover are what is an algorithm and algorithm specification. First of all, let's see who introduced algorithm word. This particular word was introduced by a Persian author who is also a mathematician named Abu Zafar Muhammad Ibn Mus al-Khawarizmi. So this person introduced the algorithm word. Now let's see the definition. An algorithm is a finite set of instructions that if followed accomplishes a particular task. By a writing algorithm's main aim is to achieve some task and by giving set of instructions. Now and remember, whenever you are writing a set of instruction, it need to be an unambiguous instruction, and it should not lead to any confusion. Okay, and the main aim of writing this set of instruction is to solve a problem and for obtaining a required output, and by supplying some input and a finite amount of time or a short duration of time, you must get a output. Let's see this in a diagrammatic manner. So this is a diagram of a notion of an algorithm. So first of all, any problem, when a problem is given, you can transfer it to an algorithm, and then this algorithm can be converted to a computer program so that you can verify the output of the program to see whether it achieves a particular task or not. Okay, if it gives you output by supplying some external inputs, then if it gives a proper output by supplying some external inputs, then we can say that our aim is achieved. So purpose of writing algorithm is achieved. Let's understand the characteristics or properties of an algorithm. First of all, input. So for algorithm, you need to supply a 0 or more quantities of input, or to output at least it should produce one quantity as output. Then definiteness. Each instruction is clear and unambiguous. So meaning that it must be perfectly clear what should be done. Next, finiteness. Finiteness, we say that if the instructions of an algorithm is traced, then for all cases the algorithm must terminate after a finite number of steps. So let me repeat, if we trace out the instructions of an algorithm, then for all cases the algorithm terminates after a finite number of steps, and after that effectiveness, the fifth characteristic or property. So every instruction must be very basic and runs in short time. So it should produce output in a short duration of time. Okay, and even if a person using only pencil and paper, if he tries to solve it, or if he tries to trace the program, he should be able to get the output. Okay, so finally I can say that it must be feasible. Next, algorithm specification. There are three ways to specify algorithm. They are natural language, pseudocode, and flowchart. What is natural language? Natural language is it's uh, it's like a English like language. You're going to give an instruction in an English like language. Normally, if you try to use the natural language for writing algorithm, it is going to give you a brief specification. Okay. Next, later we'll see a pseudocode convention. Before that, we'll see a flowchart. What is flowchart? Flowchart, you know that it's a graphical representation of a problem, graphical representation of a solution of a problem. Okay, and you know the different notations used in. Some of them I can write like start, and then stop, start and end, okay, start and stop, then some process, then read or write, and so many other. So these are the some notations used for various purposes. Okay. Next we'll see a pseudocode convention. It is normally a C-like convention. So we prefer to use pseudocode convention. So whole algorithm normally explained, that is explained in the pseudocode convention. Steps for writing algorithm using a pseudocode convention. First of all, comments begin with // You can see here comments begin with the 2 forward slash. So here I can see here example count equal to count plus 1, and I've told why count is used. So these are not executable statements even if I convert it to program. So yes, I say that this is a comment and these are not executable statement. If I convert it to a program, how do I come to know that this is a comment? With the forward slash. Blocks are normally indicated with the matching braces, that is opening flower bracket and closing flower bracket. So compound statement can be represented as a block. Okay. Then body of this is a block, and the body of a block, that is the statement inside a block, are separated by a semicolon. An identifier begins with a letter. The data types of a variables are not explicitly declared. The types will be clear from the context. Whether the variable is global or local to a procedure will also be evident from the context. Compound data types can be formed with the records. So this is a node. This is a name of a data type I am going to create, and this is a compound. This is a compound data type because which will have different types of data types in it. Okay, so data type 1, data type 2, and so on. Okay. Next, assignment of values to variables is done using the assignment statement. How we can write assignment statement? You can see here this is an assignment operator, variable equal to expression. And next, Boolean values are represented using a true or false, true and false. Okay, then logical operators and relational operators are similar to the C relational operators. Elements of multi-dimensional arrays can be accessed using a open square bracket and a closing square bracket. That is a usual notation that we use in the programming. So a of I comma j says that we are referring to I comma jth element. Array indicates array starts from 0 here. The following looping statements are employed: for, while, and repeat until. Here I have given the example of while statement. It's a syntax of a while statement. Next, conditional statement. If can be written in several ways. If condition then statement, if condition then statement 1, and else statement 2. Condition is a Boolean expression, whereas statement 1 and statement 2 is arbitrary statements. Input and outputs are done using the instructions read and write. And normally we write write of n is even. Similarly, if you want to read n, you can directly write read of n. Next, algorithm. There is only one type of a procedure, that is algorithm here. An algorithm consists of a heading and a body. So heading takes this form: algorithm, name, and the parameter list. Okay, algorithm, name, and a parameter list. Let's see now the algorithm of GCD of m comma n. The first line need to be algorithm heading, that is algorithm, and then the name. Name you should choose according that should serve the serve the problem's purpose. So here I'm going to find the GCD approach using a GCD of numbers using a Euclidean approach. That's a Euclid underscore GCD. So next, the parameter list. If you're supplying any parameters, then you can specify here. After that, specify the aim of the program, next input of the program, next output of the program, and let all these be in comments. Okay, that's why /. Then we have the problem solution. That is, our aim is to get the problem solution. So then we'll find the GCD of m, n using the Euclidean approach. Now, first let's assume m I have considered 8 and n I have considered 6. So here I have used a while loop. What while is going to do? If the condition is true, it is going to execute the statements that are under the while loop. So every time after finishing these set of statements, then again you need to come back to while loop, and check whether the condition satisfies or not. Suppose if the condition fails, suppose if the while loop fails, okay, then the control will transfer to here and the result will be returned from here. Okay, let's check. I have considered m as 8 and n as 6. So R will be 8 mod 6, that is 2. 8 mod 6, that is 2. Now what you should do, m is assigned as n and n is assigned as r. Okay, n is assigned as r value. Then again you need to go back, check while condition. Again n is not equal to 0, because now n's value is 2, because this is the second iteration, right? Second iteration, n value is 2. Next again, r equal to m mod n. So 6 mod percentage 2, the second time 6 percentage 2 will be 0. So a remainder is 0. So r will be 0. Again m is n value and n is r value. So again we'll go back. N not equal to 0 this time is wrong. So this time it is n equal to 0. So the condition fails and you're going to return the m value. Same value, m value is 2. So the GCD of 8, 6 is 2. So this is about the algorithm specification in a pseudocode manner.